And A Link to the Past Hyrule being old Hyrule, you have to put it where it fitted. It has to get it where it fits in. And that only leaves the child's timeline of when Link goes back. So this results in the adult timeline being Skyward Sword, Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, Phantom Hourglass. 100 years later, after Tetra and Link sail off into the sunset together, they found Wind Waker starts. I mean, not Wind Waker, Spirit Tracks starts. Fuck, I hate that game. Anyway. But yeah. When Spirit Track starts, I hate that game. It sucks. End of confirmed adult timeline. Now back to Ocarina of Time. Well, it's technically not even Ocarina of Time anymore because adult Link got sent back and turned into a kid. He was removed from time. Link goes off, Majora's Mask, giant Shoryuken the moon, punches right in the face. He goes back to Hyrule, knocks off Malon. He has a kid. His kid is a kid. That kid has 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 a kid. And that kid has whoever eventually grows up to be Twilight Princess Link. Personally, I think the hero shade happens somewhere in between there. Hero shade is a descendant of Majora's Mask Link. There is no doubt about that. He is said his words in English and Japanese said that the skills of the hero. I mean, what the hero could even talk about? No one else remembers Link from the Skyward Sword. And anyway, the hero, and besides, he was the hero because he went and helped with the Ganon conflict. There's no doubt about that. He's just not going to let Ganon get sealed years after he's assaulting Hyrule. He's not going to let that happen. He comes back. He has to. People try to put the Oracle series right after Majora's Mask. And while I personally like to put it there, I'm just saying it doesn't fit. The thing that makes it not fit is the Triforce. Aside from that Triforce, it fits perfectly. He's got Epona. It's in another land. And Zelda doesn't recognize him. Which, again, you could easily chalk up to be it being a different Zelda. Multiple Zeldas do exist at a time. This is confirmed by Zelda 1 and 2. Multiple Zeldas exist at a time. So it's a different Zelda. See, it's a different Zelda. That's all you can really say. Other those two things, Triforce and Zelda, in which can be debated heavily. Other than those two things, really, is not really stopping the Oracle series to be right after Majora's Mask. It makes perfect sense otherwise. Except for him leaving the city, but he could have been coming back to Hyrule. He came back to Hyrule. After Majora's Mask is... So, during the time between Majora's Mask and Twilight Princess, Ganondorf invades Hyrule anyway. I mean, he was planning to do it before Ocarina of Time, which means he's going to do it anyway. A thing I have is that if it exists before the split, it can happen on both sides. If it exists before the split, it exists on both sides of the timeline. Case in point, Zelda. We see her in the future, and she sends him back to the past, and there she is. she exists on both sides, and we therefore we know Ganon is on both sides. Before Ganon got knowledge of the Triforce during the Hyrule Civil War, which is what like killed Link's parents in Ocarina of Time. Like, that's what killed his mom, his parents. His mom died right after the Great Deku Trade. Like anyway, 10 years before our hometown is what the Civil War, which may or may not be the interloper conflict, which honestly I think the interloper conflict set off the Civil War, which made Hyrule like unify. Anyway, back to story. Majora's Ganondorf invades Hyrule. He's fucking shit up. He gets stopped. Like, and they just end his shit and they stab him right in the chest. He's gonna die, except by some divine prank. Yo, what you on the phone? No, making a video. He invades Hyrule. The ancient sages, they're all ghosts and shit. It looks pretty cool. That's in the Twilight Princess, and there's all like Link's falling and chasing after Ilia, and then Ilia fight or whatever, and Shadow Links come out of nowhere. It's actually a pretty fucking cool scene. Anyway, those Shadow Links are symbolic of the envelopers. And because of this, yeah, but they're symbolic of the interlopers. But Ganondorf, by some divine prank, gets the Triforce of Power. When he gets stabbed in the chest, he thought he was going to die. When he gets stabbed in the chest, he punches the water sage punches through the water sage. Now I'm afraid this guy's like, get it, why? In desperation, they seal him to the Twilight Realm instead of killing him. And that's how that particular incident ends. They seal him to the Twilight Realm, where you contact Zant, become Zant's god, and then Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess go her way. At the end of it all, Link kills Ganon, and then no one celebrates again. Celebrate, gonna celebrate. What commercial was that from? I digress. Everyone celebrates. Bodon and that little elf kid get together, do that shit again. Then some weird elf Zora hybrid me. No, I'm just kidding. But it totally hook up. This is getting lengthy and boring now. I'm getting mad. Like, the fire that I had originally is starting to, like, build back up. Melissa? Ganondorf takes it to the face in Twilight Princess, and he dies. Just like he dies in Wind Waker. Link jumps and stabs his motherfucker right in the forehead. He dies, like, dead. Finito, no mas. He's gone. And on adult timeline, so is the Master